We looked at Christchurch's mental health services earlier in the week. A review of Wellington's mental health services has found serious errors in the way the service is run. The review was set up after 5 people being treated for mental illness were involved in homicides. Our reporter Eric Frickberg has been reading the report and he joins us now live from Wellington. Hi Eric, what were these incidents?
Well, John, they were quite serious. In one case, a 67-year-old man was stabbed and he was killed by a person he had spent the day caring for. Now, this woman then went on a nighttime rampage through the streets, injured 4 other people, and was only stopped when she was seized and held down by police dogs. Now, she had been referred the previous evening to psychiatric assistance, but she was discharged, and then she went on to take part in this incident with a tragic result. Now, she was charged with murder, but she was acquitted by reasons of insanity. Now, there's another case, John. There was a mentally ill Kapiti man stabbed and wounded another man in a random attack at Waikanai railway station. Now, that man had killed his own brother 13 years earlier. He had been detained. He was found not guilty by reasons of insanity on that case. He was detained, but then he was released into the community in 2011. Now, he was also acquitted of the Waikanai attack on the grounds of insanity. Now, these, John, are 2 obviously very serious cases, but there are 3 others just like it.
And 2 acquittals on the grounds of insanity, Eric, as you say, and a special inquiry was commissioned off the back of this into how well this matter was handled by psych services at Capital and Coast District Health. What did it find?
Well, John, it found that it had findings for each of these particular incidents. In one of them, and it doesn't say which one, it says there was no evidence that a psychiatric assessment had been carried out at all on the person involved.
Gosh.
And in another case, again not identified, John, it says psychiatric intervention was minimal, quote unquote. But John, it's the overarching recommendations here that are perhaps the most significant ones.
And can you tell us what they are?
Well, it says there needs to be better record keeping. It said psychiatric staff in one part of the system sometimes found it hard to find out what other psychiatric staff in another part of the system had in fact recommended in the first place. It said it's absolutely essential that all information is held on a central file. And also, John, there needed to be a clear understanding of what the threshold is before there is psychiatric intervention. And it says this threshold has to be consistent right across the board. Now, it also says there needs to be better outpatient accommodation for mentally ill people, especially those with high-level needs who are in the community but still need some form of supervision. And most significantly, John, it urged that all patients should be assessed by a psychiatrist within 2 weeks of being admitted into the system.
Okay, they're fairly explicit recommendations, aren't they? What is the DHB doing about all of this?
Well, John, it says some of those issues are being worked on constantly. It refers to the record keeping about their patients in that context. Others, it says, such as accommodation, will be dealt with as planning talks on this particular issue. However, significantly, John, on the issue of seeing a psychiatrist within 2 weeks, the DHB says that's not necessary for all patients. It says those who are deemed to need to see a psychiatrist will, but not everyone. And that's where we stand at this stage.
Eric Frickberg, live from Wellington. Thank you, Eric Frickberg, talking about that report into Wellington's mental health services.